Hey, what's up, guys? It's Brian, and we're doing an open box review on the Crusher Joe jet. This is fighter number one, and we're kind of doing this for our friend Papa Dan because he was kind of asking about this when we had bought it a little while ago, and he had some questions about it. And I took some pictures and stuff to send him, but I thought, let's go ahead and do an open box review of the kit. Now, this is by Hasegawa, and Hasegawa does do a lot of 172nd aircraft, so these guys will know what they're doing, right? That's my opinion. I've done some Hasegawa aircraft in the past, and I was always pretty impressed by the quality and engineering of the kits. So I'm really hoping that something like this is more of a press fit style thing, and we'll show you a couple things going on here in a second. But first, I want to show you the instructions. I like the fact that they have a actual painted up model in color on here, so we can get an idea of what we're going to be building, especially if we're not 100% familiar with the genre that we're working with. So that's really cool. And then let's take a couple of pages here. This doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. Check this out. Nice full color centerfold for all the markings and such. And it does have up here, I know it's kind of hard to read, but there is a recipe for that blue color. And if I remember correctly, the little black boxes indicate GSI or possibly Mr. Hobby colors. Sometimes kits like this will have maybe two different color codes in there for two different paint manufacturers. It's looking like this one's basically Mr. Hobby. But it does come with two figures, and this is Joe up here, and this is Talos down here. I'm not 100% sure what capacity Talos is in. Ground crew, co-pilot, not sure. But apparently Joe happens to be the hero of the story. And his plane being number one, I suppose, means that he's like the hottest pilot of them all. So he's their maverick, I guess. Typical Hasegawa instructions that fold out, of course, and then, everything on this and everything on that and everything on here. And there are a couple of fun little translation things here and there. Like this one. This is one of my favorites right here. Assemble with order. So I like that. And then all the do's and don'ts of hobby building, blah, blah, blah. Paint and glue tastes good, that kind of stuff. So, small kit, but lots of sprues, and they're pretty good sized sprues, and they're packed. We're packed with stuff. Something that I had noticed while going over all the stuff here a few minutes ago is the fact that we actually build off of this the centerpiece here. I'm not quite sure what we would call this, but all the pieces mount to this either above or below. So this is the center of the actual aircraft. That's what makes this a press fit, because we can see all the itty bitty little holes that we're going to be attaching stuff to. Look at all those. So that's kind of interesting, because I was thinking this is going to be your standard hull cut in half type of thing. You have to glue together, dress seams, all that kind of jazz. But no, this is going to be a press fit type of deal. So I'm like, okay, if the construction of this is going to be very, very straightforward and sort of ease, then perhaps we should step up our painting game. And instead of just press fitting everything together, even though it's molded in color and done pretty well, maybe we should step up our game here on this guy and do some painting on some parts and stuff. Like the jet exhaust nozzle should be, scorched metal. Got some more thrusters back here, a little bit of black, maybe some German gray here and there for some of the darker bits. This white might be just a little too white. Maybe we want to tone that down a little bit, warm that up a little bit. And over here we have two different canopy glasses. One is in, of course, standard transparent, and then one is in this hot bubblegum pink right here. And then, let's see, can we see this? I'm going to move this out of the way. Oh, we get down close here. There we go. So there is the faintest line on there, scribed on there for the canopy, for the cockpit layout. And I was looking at that. I'm like, the one thing that I hate the most in building aircraft is having to try and do painting canopies. And then I realized the kit actually comes with masks. Yes, it comes with 2 masks, so I can do both of these canopies and decide later on which one I want to use, depending on how the paint scheme comes out. That's really cool. I like that. That's super cool. And then check this out. Check out how this is molded into a tub, so it protects that actual transparent piece from being scratched or destroyed. Another cool thing I found was this piece here. These little, looks like, let's see, on the actual plane right up there, the leading edge, look like they're gun ports, perhaps gun pods. And I think that's cool. They're molded in a separate color, of course. And then look at how they're done. They actually spent the money and time to make all this extra sprue here to help protect these guys from being twisted or bent or something like that. So that, I mean, that's a nice little investment in time and money right there. The figures, dinky little dudes. Dinky little dudes. So doing some detail painting on that is, I can tell you right now, is well beyond my skill level. I know I don't have any brushes that small. So we probably will be ignoring the figures, which means this guy will be sitting on the ground, wheels down. And the engraving on this is really nice. Look at that. That was just, it's very delicate. So we'll probably want to do some washes over everything in order to bring out that detail, especially after we paint it. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. Oh, the nose cone broke off. No, I guess they didn't. I guess they fell short on something there. Yeah, but this is pretty cool, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this all goes together, especially having to place everything around this centerpiece here. That's just really interesting. And I'll bet if this goes well, it's going to be one of those things that's going to spoil me on building airplanes for the future. I tell you what. Over here we have the landing gear, the main landing gear, and I was kind of goofing around with these. I was like, you know, if we turn them upside down, they look like droids from Star Wars. We've all seen stuff in the background in Star Wars that look kind of like these little droids here. And then there's, lastly, we have this gigantic piece of transparent sprue, and there was this large piece here, which is the base, kind of frosted. So they kind of they say it's kind of like showing us you can paint this if you want to. There is a nameplate down here for the decals, so you can put down. I'm not 100% sure where my decals got off to. There they are. Yeah, the decal set. We should show that. So you have an option of doing a black on white or a white on black decal down through this area here. Say what it is, and then a whole bunch of hash marks, and you know. That number 1's pretty nice looking color. It looks like it matches the body color really, really well. Yeah, that looks like it matches it really well. Oh yeah, and then these little dealies here, those are actually, that's actually the seat cushions that are, you know, the seat cushion detail in there, which I think we might paint. In the past, I have worked with some Hasegawa car kits, and the decals have always been extremely thick and very difficult, and don't want to lay down to conform very well. So stuff like this J and the number 1 and a couple of the hash marks and stuff that are on a single plane surface, flat surface, probably be just fine. But anything that's going to have to conform or go over a concave, or concave, convex, whatever, you know, a curve, curved surface, those don't really work out so well. I mean, I slather on tons of decal solvent. I use Mark Fit. I also use Microsol. Sometimes they just don't. They're just very resistant. So we've had problems in the past with some of the car kits and decals on those. But there we go, Mr. Papa Dan. Hope you like the open box review, sir. Answered some questions for you. We'll see if it's actually worth the $35 that we paid for it. We got this over at Mr. Andy's Hobby Headquarters a little while ago. But there we go. All right, guys, take it easy. We'll see you a little bit later on. Bye now.